Hello everyone, how are you? Today's video is going over the answers for assignment number 6, which were questions 1 through 6 on the bottom of our equations with fractional exponents worksheet. Okay, your assignment for tonight, or the rest of today I'll say, will be to do the even numbers on the back, but I will write that when I write up today's lesson for you. But here are the answers to assignment number 6. First things first, just a quick recap on how we solve these problems. What you need to do is isolate the term or the binomial or whatever it is that's being raised to the fractional exponent. And then once you have that, you raise each side to the reciprocal power. That will help wipe away our exponents. So question number 1 says 2x to the negative 1/3 power is equal to 6. We got to get that x to the negative 1/3 power by itself. So we divide each side by 2, and we get x to the negative 1/3 power is equal to 3. So the reciprocal of negative 1 over 3 is negative 3 over 1, or just negative 3. So we raise both sides to the power of negative 3. When you have a power raised to a power, you multiply, and when you multiply reciprocals, they reduce to 1. So we just get x to the first power is equal to 3 to the negative 3. Now remember, with negative exponents, it becomes the reciprocal of the base, which is 1 over 3. That's being raised to the third power, and 3 to the third power is 27. So your answer is 1 over 27. For the second one, we have x to the 3/2 plus 1 is equal to 9. We got to get this x to the 3/2 isolated. So we got to get rid of that 1. So since it's plus 1, we got to subtract 1 from each side. So we get x to the 3/2 is equal to 8. The exponent is 3 over 2. So we have to raise to the power of 2 over 3. And when we raise both sides to the 2/3 power.
Daddy, I want to.
Say hi to everyone, Serena.
Hi.
All right, you got to watch out, sweetheart, okay? So we raise each side to the 2/3 power, and when you have a power raised to a power, you multiply them. And when you multiply reciprocals, it reduces to 1. That's why they cancel out. Then we raise the 8 to the 2/3 power too, so we just get x equals 8 to the 2/3. Fractional exponent is a radical. The denominator of that fraction becomes the index, and the numerator becomes the exponent. So 8 to the 2/3 becomes the cube root of 8 squared. The cube root of 8 is 2 because 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. And when you square that, you get 4. So x is equal to 4.
This is easy.
For number 3, we've got x to the 1/2 power is equal to 7. So it's already isolated, so we just have to raise both sides to the reciprocal power. The reciprocal of 1 over 2 is 2 over 1. So we square both sides. Now, well, think about that for a second. X to the 1/2 is radical x. How do we get rid of the radical? We square it. This is the reason that works, is because it's the reciprocal exponent, the reciprocal power, of that exponent. So we square both sides. 2 times 1/2 reduces to 1, and 7 squared is 49, so we get x is 49. For number 4, we've got x to the 4/3 power minus 1 is equal to 15. We've got to get this x to the 4/3 by itself, so we got to add 1 to each side now. So then we get x to the 4/3 is equal to 16. What's the reciprocal of 4/3? Oh, that's 3/4. Yay! So we raise both sides to the power of 3/4. Power raised to a power, multiply them, multiply reciprocals, they wipe out. So we get x is equal to 16 to the 3/4. Fractional exponent, the base is 16, right? The base is 16, that becomes the radicand. The denominator of that exponent becomes the index, so it's going to be the 4th root of 16, and then we're going to cube that. And the 4th root of 16 is 2, so it becomes 2 cubed, which is 8. For number 5, 2x to the negative 1/4 power plus 3 equals 4. We've got to get the x to the negative 1/4 by itself. Notice the 2x is not in parentheses, just the x is being raised to that power, not the 2. So we're going to have to get rid of that 2. So we just pretend this said 2x plus 3 equals 4. How would we get that x by itself? Well, we subtract 3 first. So we get 2x to the negative 1/4 power is equal to 1. We got to get rid of that 2 by dividing both sides by 2. So we get x to the negative 1/4 power equals 1/2. The reciprocal of negative 1/4 is negative 4. So we raise both sides to the negative 4th power. Power raised to a power, you multiply them. Multiplying reciprocals wipes them out, so we just get the x by itself. Now 1/2 to the negative 4th power. We take the reciprocal of the base. The reciprocal of 1/2 is 2, and we're going to raise that to the positive 4th power. So that's why it becomes 2 to the 4th power, and we get a final answer of x is equal to 16. Look, a hint for number 6. So they tell us to rewrite this problem with exponents. So we have the cube root of x squared is equal to 16. So how do we write cube root of x squared with an exponent? Well, it's going to be x squared, right? And the cube root means, the radical means we're going to have a fractional exponent with this cube root, this 3 as the index becomes the denominator. So the cube root of x squared becomes x to the 2/3 power, and that's equal to 16. And then we could solve it as we normally did. We raise both sides to the reciprocal exponent. The reciprocal of 2/3 is 3/2. Raise both sides to the power of 3/2. Power to a power is you multiply. Multiply reciprocals, they wipe out. So we just get x by itself is equal to the square root of 16 cubed. Remember, if there's a 2 in the index, you don't have to put it there. Square root of 16 is 4. 4 cubed is 64. And finally, we are done. So that's it. You guys rocked it. That's the answers to number 6. If you have any questions, as always, please let me know. Email me is the best way to do it. Leave a message in the YouTube video. I get notifications. I don't always get the notifications in Google Classroom, except if it's a private message. So the best way would be to email me. Keep working hard. Keep washing your hands. Keep quarantined. Stay safe. And look out for more videos and work. All right. Have a great day.